Hey everyone, my name is Bo and welcome to Bo Knows, and today we're going to pay tribute to a huge icon who sadly passed away this week, Mr. Stan Lee.
And I said to Jack, what if the skin turns green?
Excuse me, I'm looking for some guy named Stan Lee.
What? Spider-Man? Pam, hold my calls for a while. I think I've finally gone crazy.
That is hilarious.
What, again? You should punch out that big goon. Stand up for yourself, boy. Why, when I was your age, do you think I'd let some slab of beef push me around? No siree, Bob. It's just like I was telling Irving Forbush the other day. Irving, I said, you are nobody's doormat.
Now in Bo Knows, we usually do a top 5 countdown, and so today I thought we would take a look at my top 5 favorite Stan Lee cameos in Marvel movies. So sit back and join me on this top 5 list of a man who taught us all what it means to be a hero. Now this cameo is actually really short and he doesn't even say anything in it, but I can't help but really enjoy it. This is a cameo featuring Stan Lee and our hero Matt Murdock after he lost his eyesight and he is trying to learn about his new abilities, and he surprises everyone of all the things that he can do.
Hey, Murdoch!
It seems they could have put anyone in that role of the person who Matt saves, but it was just perfect that it was Stan Lee, and he was the one who was so surprised that this blind kid actually stopped him from stepping in front of a bus. Here we have the movie that started it all with the MCU.
Hey, Tony. Remember me?
Sure don't. Look great, Hef.
Stan, again, doesn't say anything in this cameo, but you can't help but love it. Him dressed up as Hugh Hefner is just a great visual, and it brings a huge smile to my face every time I see it. You have this billionaire playboy, Tony Stark, saying, "It's great to see you, Hef," and turns out it's Stan, and actually, that just seems to fit. I don't know why it seems to fit. That's the perfect cameo of having him be Hugh Hefner in an Iron Man movie.
Don't wait up for me, honey.
Some people would probably say this deserves to be the #1 spot just because it's the best outfit that Stan Lee has ever worn. I think what really gets me about this cameo is that it's a pivotal part. It's a big part in the story of Thor Ragnarok of just how he loses his hair.
Now don't you move. My hands aren't as steady as they used to be.
By Odin's beard, you shall not cut my hair, lest you feel the wrath of the mighty Thor.
Thor has always been known for his huge golden locks, and you have Stan Lee in this robotic kind of outfit who is going to be cutting his hair, and you see his hand transforming into that big buzzsaw thing. And you're just laughing the whole way through as Thor is begging him not to do it.
Please, kind sir, do not cut my hair. No! No!
I love this scene. The scene where they're all at a party and they're just hanging out, having a good time, just chilling with each other is so enjoyable to watch that I could just rewatch it over and over again without even getting into the action and the big story.
come back.
And so it was the perfect place to have Stan Lee's cameo. Everyone kind of has people there who they can relate to, especially Captain America. And so you have the old-timey war vets who are there, who he can relate to, and they all can just shoot the shit and talk about the war times. And it's perfect. And so you have him and Thor and all these veterans all together, and they're talking about, you know what? I bet we can handle any kind of drink you give us.
I gotta have some of that.
No. See, this was aged for 1,000 years. The barrels built from the wreck of Grundhill's fleet is not meant for mortal men.
Neither was Omaha Beach, Blondie. Stop trying to scare us.
One thing I also really like about this is that it mentions the fact that Stan Lee was a war veteran. He did join the army during World War II. With him sitting there wearing his veteran's hat, it's just a nice little touch about what he gave to the community and to this country. And I love that. And then after all that is taken care of, it cuts to the part that makes me laugh every single time. You have a drunk Stan Lee being carried out and giving you his signature catchphrase.
Come on.
All right.
Excelsior.
Now, there are so many good cameos out there, I couldn't limit it to just 5. So here are some of my honorable mentions of Stan Lee's cameos.
You know, I guess one person can make a difference. Enough said.
Oh, man. I am so fired.
Invitation, sir.
I should be on that list.
Name?
Stan Lee.
Yeah, nice try, buddy.
No,
Nice
no,
try.
really, I'm Stan Lee.
Now, what made this one my number 1 is the fact that it pretty much gave everyone exactly what they wanted. I've heard from a lot of people who wish that the Stan Lee cameos told a story or there was some connection and it wasn't just some random scenes that he just popped in at. And this scene pretty much, in my opinion, guarantees a connection. It's where he is actually an informant of the Watchers. And the Watchers are an alien race who sole purpose is to be a witness to all the goings on in the entire universe.
Oh, man. Anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted, at that time, I was a Federal Express man.
Now, I can tell you why we think he's working for them because of what he's talking about. He's referring to his scene back during Civil War.
Are you Tony Stank?
And so that right there can pretty much guarantee that these are all connected and he is the informant of the Watchers. And it's so good. It's so good. And I wish they would treat him a little bit better.
Hey, fellas. Hey, wait, where are you going? Hey, you were supposed to be my lift home. How will I get out of here? Hey, gee, I've got so many more stories to tell. Guys, oh, gee.
So thank all of you for joining me on this list of my top 5 favorite Stan Lee cameos. Stan Lee, you taught us what it means to be a hero. To always put others before ourselves and to always work as hard as we can for each other.
I've always wanted to be appreciated as a real hero. It seems you've made me into one. Thanks.
Hey, Don't mention it.
Stan Lee, we miss you and thank you. Excelsior!